Konnichiwa minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel. Friends, those of you who are planning for JLPT N5 in near future will find this video extremely useful because in this video we are going to go through an actual JLPT N5 test question paper. I will explain in great detail each and every section of the N5 question paper, including instructions, and will translate everything into English for your easy understanding. So this video is part of the JLPT N5 Prep Guide, our playlist JLPT N5 Prep Guide. And this is the 11th video of this series. So let's start from the first page of the N5 question paper. So first thing is the maximum marks or the maximum time. So as you can see here, it's written as 180 bun or fun or pun. So this is the symbol which is mainly used for minutes. So ideally it should mean 180 minutes, but there is some confusion because it I think it means 180 points or 180 marks. Because why I am saying this? This is because if you see the JLPT website, the official website, there they have mentioned the total score of N5 test is 0 to 180 degree. That is 180 is the maximum marks. On the other hand, if you consider the three sections which contain language knowledge, vocabulary, language knowledge, grammar, and reading and listening. So if you look at the time allocated for each of these three sections, then these do not add up to 180 minutes. So 25, 40, and 30. So 70 and just 95 minutes. So it's around 90 minutes test. But here it is mentioned 180. So this cannot be the total time, but this should be the total points. And as you know that this kanji is used not only for minutes but also for number of parts or shares. So it may also mean the maximum number of points. So this is how I interpret this parameter here. Anyway, so let's move forward. N5 JLPT test, language knowledge, which contains vocabulary and grammar, reading and listening. So the three sections are divided as first section is of language knowledge, which contains only vocabulary. The second contains language knowledge, grammar plus reading, which is 40 minutes. And the third section is the listening section, which is 30 minutes. So first let's begin with section 1, which is language knowledge, characters and vocabulary. So this is how the first section, the first page of the first section looks like. So let's see what all these items are one by one. So first let's look at the title. So as you can see, it's written as Mondai Yoshi. Now what is Mondai Yoshi? So this is at the top right corner of the first section, Mondai Yoshi, which means question paper. Mondai is question and Mondai Yoshi is paper. Yoshi is paper. So Mondai Yoshi question paper. Then this is the name of this section, which is Gengo Chishiki. Gengo Chishiki, which means language knowledge. And then we have some additional information. What is this? This is Moji Moji Goi. Moji Goi means characters, vocabulary. Moji means characters or alphabets and Goi means vocabulary. So this is part 1, language knowledge, vocabulary. And this is Nijugo Fun. So as you can read it, Nijugo yani 25, Nijugo Fun, which is 25 minutes. Now this is minutes because this is specifically mentioned as Fun. So this is minutes and not marks. So now let's move forward. Now this is the next section. This is the on the same page. These are the instructions written. So as you can see in the question paper, the English translation is also given. So you might be wondering why I am going to explain this since English is also given. But please note that you never know. Like it may happen that they do not give the English translation, because if something is written in hiragana, then they might expect that you should understand what is written, and although it won't be the case, they will definitely give in English as they have been giving, but you never know how they change something. So why not try to understand what is written in Japanese, because you are going to, after all, you are going to appear for a Japanese test, so you should be able to understand the questions in Japanese itself, the instructions in Japanese itself. They should not be providing you any English translation of anything. Since this is a test of Japanese, so Japanese should be the only medium of instructions. So let's look at these sentences one by one. So the first one is notes, which is chui, which means notes, that is points to be noted. Then the second point is do not open this question booklet until the test begins. This is what is written in the paper in English. Now let's try to interpret this from the Japanese version. Shiken ga hajimaru made kono mondai yoshi o akenai de kudasai. Now shiken means test. In Japanese, shiken means test. Hajimaru means, this is a verb which means to begin. And made, you already know, it's a particle which means to. That is kara and made, from and to. So shiken ga hajimaru made means until the test has begun. Until, made is until the test has begun. Shiken ga hajimaru made means until the test has begun. Kono mondai yoshi. Kono means this. Mondai yoshi, as we just saw, question paper. This question paper, o akenai de kudasai, should not be opened. So kudasai means please. So until the test has begun, please do not open this question paper. Akenai means to open. So this is not to open. Akenai is the negative form of the verb. So akenai is do not open. Until the test has begun, please do not open this question paper. Shiken ga hajimaru made kono mondai yoshi o akenai de kudasai. Next instruction. Do not take this question booklet with you after the test. So again, kono mondai yoshi omotte kaeru koto wa dekimasen, which means kono mondai yoshi. Again, this question paper, omotte kaeru, cannot be, this is omotte kaeru means taken with you, and koto wa dekimasen means cannot be taken. So together it means this question paper cannot be taken with you. So do not take this question booklet with you after the test. So this is not exactly what is translated here, but the actual translation is this. This question paper cannot be taken with you. Kono mondai yoshi o motte kaeru koto wa dekimasen. The third instruction is Juken bango to namae shita no ran ni Juken hyo to onaji yo ni kaite kudasai. That means Juken bango. Juken bango means examination registration number. Bango means number and Juken means examination or test number, which is nothing but the registration number. To. To means and. This is the to particle which means and. Juken bango to namae. Namae means name, you all know. Shita. Shita means below or under. No ran ni. Space. Ran means space. So shita no ran means below space. So this is again a particle. No particle you already know. So Juken bango to namae shita no ran ni means examination registration number and name in below spaces. So these are the spaces, examination registration number and name. That means they are asking you to write this here, but how? Juken hyo to onaji ni kaite kudasai. So onaji means same. Kaite kudasai means to be written. Kaite is again the kakimas, you know already, to write. This is the verb for kakimas. So this is the te form, kaite kudasai, because we use the te form when we use it with kudasai. So same as in test voucher. Juken hyoto means the test voucher. Hyoto is voucher. So Juken hyoto is test voucher. Onajio means same and kaite kudasai means please write. That means examination registration number and name in below spaces, same as in the test voucher, to be written please. That is, write your examinee registration number and name clearly in each box below as written on your test voucher. So if you understand the words, then you do not need the English translation. You can easily make out what has been asked. The fourth point is kono mondai yoshi wa zenbu de 8 peiji arimasu. So this is easy to understand. Kono mondai yoshi means this question paper. Zenbu de means in all. Zenbu means in all. Hachi peiji arimasu has 8 pages. Hachi peiji, this is in katakana because this is the English word page. So this question booklet or this question paper has total 8 pages. Kono mondai yoshi wa zenbu de 8 peiji arimasu. And the last instruction of this first section is, it's a long one, but if you try to understand it part by part, it's very easy. Mondai ni wa kaito bango no 1, 2, 3 ga arimasu. So let's first look at the first sentence only. Mondai ni wa kaito bango no 1, 2, 3 ga arimasu, which means this the question has answered numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. Mondai ni wa kaito bango. Kaito means answer. So always remember, mondai is question and kaito is answer, and bango means number. So the answers are given 1, 2, 3 numbers. That means the choices. The choices, and then so the the numbers will be written like this in blocks. So the next sentence is kaito wa kaito yoshi ni aru onaji bango no tokoro ni mark shite kudasai. Please mark the corresponding numbers on your answer sheet. So the question has answer numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. So you should mark the corresponding numbers. Kaito wa means answers. Kaito yoshi, answer paper or answer sheet. Ni aru onaji. Onaji, again the same word, which means same as. That means the corresponding numbers. Onaji bango means corresponding numbers. In these spaces, tokoro means space. So in space provided in the mark in the answer sheet provided. So mondai ni wa kaito bango no 1, 2, 3 ga arimasu. Kaito wa kaito yoshi ni aru onaji bango no tokoro ni mark shite kudasai. So this is how you should interpret this question as this instruction. So now you can see here what is written. One of the row numbers 1, 2, 3 is given for each question. Mark your answer in the same row of the answer sheet. So now if you look at the answer sheet, this is how the answer sheet looks like. This is for the first section. So there might be optical mark reader also, where you have to shade the answer, or it may be manual. So in that case you will have to write the answers. So, and finally the first page of the notes contain the examinee registration number and the name, which you have to write from your test voucher. So with these instructions, now let us move to the questions. So language knowledge, characters, vocabulary. This is the first section of the JLPT N5 question paper. Question 1, it contains 10 items numbered 1 to 10. So now let's interpret what they have written. So remember, from now onwards there will not be anything written in English on the test question paper. So instructions are only translated into English. Rest everything will be in Japanese. So now you have to understand each and everything in Japanese. So now let's see what is written. Mondai 1, that means question 1. Dash no kotoba wa hiragana de do kakimasu ka? That is, dash no kotoba wa hiragana de do kakimasu ka? And then ichi, ni, sang, yong, kara, ichiban I mono o hitotsu erande kudasai. So, dash no kotoba wa hiragana de do kakimasu ka? Ichi, ni, sang, yong, kara, ichiban I mono o hitotsu erande kudasai. What does that mean? Mundai means question, kotoba means words. Then dedo kakimasu is the interrogation, which means how do you write? Ichiban I mono o hitotsu. The best one thing. Ichiban means number one. Here number one doesn't mean the serial number one, but the best choice. The best one thing. Ichiban I mono. That means the best thing. Erande kudasai means please choose. So hitotsu means one. Hitotsu you already know it's one. So the overall question means how do you write the word of space in hiragana? That means some kanji will be written here and you have to interpret the reading of that. So dash no kotoba means word of dash. Word dash no kotoba means kotoba is word. So dash no kotoba means kotoba or word of word that is written in the dash. Hiragana dedo kakimasu ka? How do you write in hiragana? Dedo kakimasu means how do you write? Kakimas is the verb to write and hiragana. So it's specifically mentioned that how do you write the word of which is given in this dash in hiragana. Ichi ni sang kara. That means out of 1, 2, 3, 4. Ichiban I mono o hitotsu. That means the best one item. Erande kudasai. Please choose. Eran means choosing. To choose. Kudasai is please. So how do you write the word given in this space in hiragana? Please choose the best one from 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the question. Now in this question there will be 10 sub items which is numbered as 1 to 10. So 1.1, 1.2 up to 1.10. So it's not written like that. It will be written as 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. But just to understand, it's like that. So this is the first question type which has 10 subparts. So let's see. This is one example. So in the question paper, you will find one solved example as well. So they will provide the first one as an example. So here you can see one hiragana, one kanji, some hiragana and followed by everything in hiragana. Then there will be 4 options in hiragana. You have to choose the best one. So as you can see here, okina ega arimasu. Okina. You already know this is the kanji for big. So it may be dai, it may be o. So you don't know. So depending on the situation, you have to select the correct reading. See here it's given okina, okina, daikina, daikina. So most likely okina and daikina are the closest possibilities, and out of these two, one will be the answer. So what's the meaning of that? Okina ega arimasu. Ega means picture, arimas means to exist. So there is a big picture. This is big. Okina. So okina ega arimas. This is the adjective. So the answer will be okina. The number one will be answer. And rei means example. Rei means example. So now let's move on to the first question of this. So the earlier one was an example provided in the question paper. Now this is the actual question. So let's try to answer this. So what's written here? Some kanji, depato ni kaimono ni ikimashita. So very easy. See, if you look at it closely, so we don't know what is this, right? Because that we have to find from these 4 options. We just know that these are 2 kanji. But this is easy. Depato. Depato means departmental store. Depato ni kaimono ni. Kaimono means shopping. Kaimono ni ikimashita means I went. So this is very easy to understand that I went to the departmental store for shopping. Now what can be before that? So since it is the verb kaimashita, and everything is given. So either this will be an adjective or an adverb. But we see that this is not an adjective, but this should be an adverb. So it may be a time adverb because I went to Kaimono, I went to the departmental store. When did I went? So you can think like that. Just in case you do not know the answer, this is a strategy that you can adopt to pinpoint the answer. So you can see here senshu, senshu, zenshu, and zenshu. So we know that out of these, senshu seems to be the correct because senshu means last week, and this will be past tense because it is already ikimashita. So senshu, second option seems to be the correct one because these are all spelling mistakes. The actual word is senshu. So senshu means last week I went to the departmental store for shopping. So these are some explanation that we have given. So dash depato ni kaimono ni ikimashita. Senshu, zenshu, senshu, zenshu. So the answer is senshu. So this was very easy. So all questions will not be such easier, but such easy. But to begin with, this is a good one. Second question. Gohan no kanji de samposhimasu. So samposhimasu means taking a walk. We have done this verb samposhimasu. So this is taking a walk. And gohan no, gohan is a meal. It can be either dinner, it can be lunch, or a meal. So gohan no dash de samposhimasu. That means it's talking about meal, it's talking about taking a walk. So most likely it is talking about taking a walk after the meal, isn't it? Because we take a walk after the meal. So you have to relate. If you don't understand what is given, just try to relate the rest of the words that you understand. So in that way you will be able to pinpoint the answer. So gohan no dash de samposhimasu. The options are tsugi, ushiro, mae, and ato. If you know the meaning of each of these four, then it will not be difficult for you to answer. But suppose you know only one or two out of these and you don't know the other. So in that way you can use the method of elimination. So tsugi, maybe we don't know. Ushiro, we know that it means next to or backside, behind. Behind is ushiro. Mae means in front of. So these two will definitely not be the answer because it has nothing to do with meal and taking a walk. But tsugi and ato, this could be one out of these could be the answer. So now this is the kanji which needs to be replaced. So I will go for a walk dash dinner. So tsugi means next, ushiro means behind, mae means in front of, ato means after. So which one will be the answer? It will be ato because I will go for a walk after dinner. So ato is the correct answer. So that means you have to know all these prepositions. So this is part of the grammar. Although the question is of vocabulary, but at the same time you have to understand all these grammar because without that you won't be able to answer. So although these are separate sections of vocabulary, grammar, reading, writing, but the fact is that you have when you learn Japanese, you have to learn everything together so that you can answer holistically. One more question we will see in this category. So mo ichido some kanji te kudasai. So moichido dash kudasai. The options are itte kudasai, kitte kudasai, matte kudasai, and tatte kudasai. So again, you will have to know what all these mean. So and then you have to replace this kanji with the correct word. So itte te is already given, so it will be just the first one. I, ki, ma, or ta. So the translation of this mo ichido means once more. You already know mo ichido onegai shimasu means please say one more time. So mo ichido dash kudasai, which means please dash once more. And the options they have given are say, Itte means say, kitte means cut, matte means wait, and tatte means stand up. Now, grammatically, any one of these can be the answer. So anyone can be the answer because moichido itte kudasai means please say once more. Moichido dash kitte kudasai means please cut once more. Please wait once more. So please wait once more will not be the answer. Please stand up once more can be the answer. So 1 and 4 are the most probable options. But this is what is for saying. So please say once more or please repeat one more time what you just said. Moichido itte kudasai. So itte will be the correct answer here. So these are rest of the questions in this section from 4 to 10. So we have discussed the first three and these are the rest of the rest of the 7 questions in this first question category where you have to replace the kanji with the hiragana. So here you can see this is the mountain which is Yama. So this will be the answer. Likewise for rest you can take a look and you can try to answer this. We will now move ahead with the second question. Second question, it now contains 8 items numbered 11 to 18. So the first question had items from 1 to 10. So the numbering continues. So for question 2, the sub questions will be from 11 to 18. So Mundai 2. So let's see what is written. Dash no kotoba. Again, word given in dash. Wa do kakimasu ka? How do you read? How do you write? How not read? It is kakimasu is to write. So dash no kotoba wa do kakimasu ka? How do you write the word given in dash? Ichi ni san yon kara ichiban ii mono o hitotsu erande kudasai. How do you write the word of dash? Please choose the best one from 1, 2, 3, 4. So this second line is the same as was in the first question. Only the first line. Now it's also same as the last question, but here hiragana is not mentioned. That means there can be kanji as well in the answers. That's why they have not specifically mentioned hiragana or katakana. It can be anything. It can be katakana, it can be hiragana, it can be kanji. So this is a more generalized question. So dash no kotoba wa do kakimasu ka? 1, 2, 3, 4 から一番いいものを一つ選んでください. How do you write the word of dash? Please choose the best answer from 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see. Again, the first one will be an example. Rei means example. So, watashi no kodomo wa hana ga suku desu. Suki des. This is not suku. This will be suki des. Means I like. That means my child likes flowers. So now the underlined letter kodomo. Kodomo means child, we all know. But now you have to select which one will be the correct answer. So as we can see, the kanjis that they have written are very, very close. Just imagine these are very, very close, especially this fourth one and the second one are very, very close. But if you know the kanji, you know that this is used for ko, which means child. Kodomo, ko, this is the kanji for ko. So this will be the answer. So the answer is 2. It is marked as 2. So this is just an example. So now let's look at the first question. So now you can see here this is mentioned as 11 because it now continues from 11. The first question had 1 to 10. Now the second question begins at 11. So what's the question? Kesa shawa o abimashita. Kesa means this morning. Shawa o abimashita means I took a shower. Now why they have underlined this shawa, they have written in hiragana, but as we know shawa means shower, so this is an English word, so it should be written in katakana. So you have to select the correct katakana word from these 4 options. This morning I took shower and the answer will be this shawa. So rest are not the correct one. This is u, shau, and this is again it's not sha, this is something else, you all know, and this is, so see To confuse you, they have given the similar looking kanji. So this is shawa. The second question is you can write here kohi o nomimashita. Very very easy. I drank coffee. I drank coffee. So nomimashita, that means they are expecting you to select the kanji for nomu or no here. So kohi o nomimashita, I drank coffee. So now if you do not know the kanji, then it will become very very difficult to choose the correct one because all are looking so similar. So for that there is no other way than you have to know each and every kanji of the JLPT N5 kanji list. So there are around 120 kanjis which you must memorize and you must be able to recognize. Memorize in the sense you don't have to write them, or you don't have to know each and every reading of those all kanjis, but you must be able to recognize if it is given somewhere. So this is the correct one for nomu verb. So this is the no, nomimashita, kohi o nomimashita. So this is kanji. Then the third one is again kanji. So you can see here atarashi. We did the adjective lesson, so we know atarashi means new. This is an adjective. Kuruma. Kuruma means car. You already know. O kaimashita. Kaimashita means purchased. So atarashi kuruma o kaimashita. I purchased a new car. So that means kuruma is the underlined word. So you have to find out which of these kanji represents kuruma, that is car. Atarashi kuruma o kaimashita. I bought a new car. And if you look carefully, so these are very very close, especially the third and the fourth one, but you should be very careful that how many strokes are there. So the correct answer is 3, isn't it? Yes, it's the third one. This is kuruma. So if you have studied these concepts and everything, then it's very easy test. And if you have not studied, then it's very very difficult. So we have covered most of these in our 100 lessons that we have done so far, and we expect that in the next 100 or 150 more lessons we should be able to cover the entire syllabus for JLPT N5 and also most of N4. So the playlist name is Japanese Lessons for Beginners, where there you can find all the lessons that we have done so far. So if you are finding it difficult to follow all these questions, then my advice will be to visit that playlist and watch the videos of all the lessons one by one in serial order so that you learn Japanese systematically. And after that, it will be very easy for you to answer all these questions. So we have discussed 3 questions of this second question type from 11 to 18. So we have discussed from 11 to 13, 11, 12 and 13, and these are the remaining questions of this question 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you can try on your own. You can pause the video here and you can try to answer this question. So we will not look into all these now. We shall include them in a full-length JLPT N5 model test paper which is coming soon on this channel. So we are going to provide you model test papers, full-length model test papers for your practice of JLPT N5 test. So there we will discuss each of these questions and will provide the answers as well. But for now, this video is just to make you understand how the question paper looks like. So after question 18, we now move on to question type 3. It contains 10 items again, and now it is numbered from 19 to 28. So we just discussed up to 18. Now from 19 to 28, the next 10 questions belong to question 3 or Mundai 3. So dash ni nani o iremasu ka? That means what would you like to put in dash? Iremas is the verb to put. Iremas means to put, and iremaska means what would you put. Nani o iremaska, what would you put? What would you like to put in this bracket? And the second line is still the same. Ichiban ii mono o hitotsu erande kudasai. Please select the best answer. Ichi ni san yon kara, from 1 to 3 4. So what would you like to put in this space? Please choose the best one from 1 to 3 4. So now this is you have to select the entire word. So now they will not provide any word here. So earlier in the previous two questions, something was given and you were asked to interpret that and select the correct reading or the correct symbol of kanji. But now the word itself is missing. You have to put the correct word from the options given. So let's see the example that they have given on this question paper. The question paper contains Asoko de basni dash. Asoko means over there, and bus is bus ni. So these are the particles. Asoko de. So place de noun ni dash. So this will be a verb. We all know it can only be a verb. So now what verbs are given? Norimashita, agarimashita, tsukimashita, and hairimashita. And the meaning of each of these you can see are very very close, and not only close, they are all valid. So asokode basni. So I got on the bus over there. I went up the bus over there. I arrived the bus. This cannot be the answer. I entered the bus over there. So it can be any verb. Most of these, except for the third one, it can be one, two, or four. But what will be the most appropriate? Because they have asked you choose the best possible answer. So what should be the answer? What do you think the answer should be? The answer should be Norimashita, because we always say I got onto the bus over there, or I boarded the bus over there. So that's the place from where the bus has to be boarded. So Norimashita will be the correct answer, which means to get on. Norimas means to get onto something. Went up the ladder is okay. Arrived at is okay, but in that case they will not be the answer, the particle used. And entered, we do not enter the bus, we board the bus, we get into the bus. So these, although these are grammatically correct, but the correct meaning will be got onto the bus, which is norimashita. So this is just an example. Now let's look at the actual question. So question number 19. Watashi no heya wa kono dash no nikai desu. Heya means room. Watashi no heya means my room is kono. Kono means this. Watashi no heya wa watashi no heya wa kono dash no kai desu. Kai desu, nikai desu means second floor. So my room is at the second floor of this dash. This kono. So everything is given, only the place is not given where the room exists. Now, room, where will a room exist? Will it exist on the elevator? No. Will it exist on the pool? No. Will it exist on the air conditioner? No. Will it exist on the apartment? Yes. So it will exist in the apartment. So apato. So where is apato? Apato. So watashi no heya wa kono apato no nikai desu. My room is at the second floor of this building. So apato is the correct answer. Next question is Sato-san wa gita o jouzu ni dash. So this is a tough one, a tricky one, because the options are very very confusing. First one is utaimasu. Utaimasu means to sing. Kikimasu means to listen. Hikimasu means to play or to draw or to pull something. And asobimasu means to play, or it's more like to have fun. So now Sato-san wa gita o jouzu. So jouzu means well, nicely, and gita means guitar. So Mr. Sato dashed the guitar well. So Mr. Sato plays the guitar well, listens to the guitar well, and now the sings. So it cannot be sings, it cannot be listens, because there is nothing to listen well, right? So and singing is out of question because it is the guitar. So it will be either hikimas or asobimas, because both have the meaning of to play. So which should be the answer? The answer will be hikimas, because Asobimas means to play some sports or to have some fun. Asobu verb is to is means it means to play a sport or to have some fun, that is asobimas. So hikimas means to play or to draw or to pull. So since guitar involves pulling the strings, so hikimas is the correct word for playing of the guitar. So as you can see the note here, this is a tricky one as both hikimas and asobimas indicates playing. Hikimas may mean playing a stringed instrument. As I said, pulling of the strings. So playing a stringed instrument is always represented by the verb hikimas. It also means to pull or to draw something. So hikimas will be the correct answer in this. So just keep this in mind that the options that will be provided will be very confusing and very close to confuse you, because many people will select this asobimas because that means to play. One more question of this question type, question 21, which is Teburu no osara to hashi o dash kudasai. Teburo means table, ni osara. Osara means plates, to hashi and chopsticks. Plates and the chopsticks. Teburo ni means on the table. Teburo ni teburo ni Teiburu ni osara to hashi means the plates and chopsticks on the table. Kudasai means please. So what will be the answer? So this will be again a verb because it is asking to do something. Because please do something, and the rest of the thing is plates and chopsticks on the table. So please put the plates and chopsticks on the table, or please arrange the plates and chopsticks on the table, or uh, please remove the plates and chopsticks. So that will be again from the table. It will not be on the table. So the correct option seems to be line up or arrange. So for that, the options that they have given is narabete, totte, tabete, and aratte. So narabete means to line up or arrange. Totte is to take. Tabete is eat, and aratte is to wash. So the answer will be narabete, which means to line up or to arrange. That means please arrange the plates and the chopsticks on the table. So dinner or lunch will be served. So this is to get prepared for that. Again, questions 22 to 28 we won't be going through. So these are very easy and you can practice this. We will include all of these in the model test paper that we will do in future. Now the fourth question type, this is the fourth and the last question type of the first section. It contains 5 items only, numbered 29 to 33. That means altogether 33 questions in the first section, which is language knowledge, characters, vocabulary. So now we are at the question type 4, Mundai 4, which is dash no bun to daitai onaji imi no bunga arimas. So that means there is a part that has roughly the same meaning as dash. Now onaji imi means same meaning, and daitai you already know, we have done this in one of our lessons. It means roughly or approximately. So dash no bun. Bun is the bun means part. So as we have seen the kanji for bun, on the first slide itself we discussed that it can mean minute, it can mean part. So dash no bun means part given in the dash. To daitai onaji imi has roughly the same meaning. Onaji imi no bunga arimasu. There is a part that has roughly the same meaning as that given in the space provided. Ichi ni sang yong kara ichiban ii mono hitotsu erande kudasai. Please choose the best one from 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's look at the example. So you can see the example is mentioning here. Rei is example. Koko wa deguchi desu. Koko wa deguchi desu. Iriguchi wa achira desu. So what does that mean? Koko wa deguchi desu. Deguchi means exit. Koko wa deguchi desu means this is that is the this is the exit. Iriguchi wa achira desu. The entrance is over there. Iriguchi means entrance and Achira des means over there. This is the exit, the entrance is over there. Now the options are given here. Achira kara dete kudasai, achira kara orite kudasai, achira kara haitte kudasai, and achira kara watatte kudasai. So these options generally basically indicates what is the interpretation of that, what will be the next sentence of that conversation. So someone is saying koko wa deguchi des, iriguchi wa achira des. This is the exit, the entrance is over there. Then what will be the next sentence? Achira kara dete kudasai means please exit from there. So this is not the correct answer because no one will exit through the entrance. Next option is please get off from there. Third option is please enter from there. And fourth option is please cross from there. So clearly it is option 3, please enter from there. Haitte kudasai, hairimasu, which means to enter. So the third option will be the answer which is given here. So this is just an example that they have provided on the question paper. Let's look into the first question, which is question number 29. So you can see here a very similar question. Maibang kuni no kazoku ni denwa shimasu. Maibang means every night. Kuni means country or home country. Kazoku means family. And denwa shimasu means to call, to speak over phone. So that means I call my family back home every night. So this is the statement. Now which of these statements mean roughly the same as this question? So the options are Yoru wa tokidoki kuni no kazoku ni denwa shimasu. Now yoru is a synonym for my bang, which is night. Yoru means evening or night, and asa means morning. So the second and the fourth option can be eliminated because it is maibang, that means every night, but here asa means morning. So second and fourth options will not be the answer for sure. So answer will be from either 1 or 3. So first option is yoru wa tokidoki kuni no kazuku ni denwa shimasu. Now tokidoki, we have done this in one of our lessons. Tokidoki means sometimes. So here it is maibang, every night, but tokidoki means sometimes. So this cannot be the answer because the question is every night. So the answer will be the third one. Yoru wa itsumo kuni no kazoku ni denwa shimasu. So at night, itsumo. Itsumo means always. So I always call my family back home at night. This is night and itsumo means always. So I always call my family back home, back in my country every night. I always call my family at night. It's not every night, at night, but always is mentioned here. So together this gives the same meaning as my bang. So in this way, the answer will be the third option. Next, so from 30 to 33, these are the given. So you can try these out. You can pause the video here and you can look into all these three. Very, very easy. And in that way, all these questions from 29 to 33 has to be answered. So this is the fourth question type. So to summarize, there were uh, 4 question types in this first section of language, knowledge, characters, vocabulary, and each question has different parts and the total number of parts is 33. So 4 questions and total 33 sub questions. So this constitutes the part 1 of this N5 question paper. So try solving above on your own. We shall include them in a full-length JLPT N5 model test paper, which is coming soon on this channel. So friends, I think that's enough for today. It's too much of information you have to digest. So I must give you some time to digest all of this. So this was the part 1 of this video. We just discussed general instructions given on the front page of the N5 test and the section 1, which is language knowledge, characters, vocabulary. So in the next part, we shall discuss section 2 of the JLPT N5 test, which will be language knowledge, grammar plus reading comprehension. So there are 2 things in the section 2, which is language knowledge, grammar and reading, and it is a lengthier one. It has 50 minutes and there are lots of questions there. So we will discuss that in part 2 of this video, and in the part 3 of this video we will discuss section 3, which is listening, which is again another monster. So I hope this video has been useful, and thank you so much for watching, for taking so much of time and watching this. And if you have any feedback, please write in the comment section, and we will be soon back with the part 2 of this video, which will be reading comprehension and language knowledge grammar. So till then, thanks for watching. Arigato gozaimasu. Mata imasho.